Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. I'm here again in Genoa on a slightly cloudy Sunday. Generally, yachts have 3 generators on board. Users in port, when you see a yacht sitting here like this, you'd be forgiven for thinking that the boat's not running anything right now. And of course, it may not be. It may be connected to shore power. Let's say that the yacht is so big that the port cannot facilitate that yacht, which does happen. They use generators to run power for the services, you know, so your lights, your televisions, AC, everything that's operated on board, the washing machines, everything like that. Now these generators are cooled by water, water cooled. The water is taken from the ocean, comes into the vessel, goes through a set of pipes, through the generator, and then out the other side. And that's how you cool the generators. In the situation where you're alongside, you probably only need to run one generator to provide all the power. However, the way the system is set up, it has the other 2 generators will be switched off, but they'll be in standby. So they're ready to go, but they're not running. The system automatically will recognize how much power is being requested from the services, and it will say, okay, I need a second generator. Boom, second generator is being selected by the engineers to come on automatically. So now you've got 2 generators running. The power load will be balanced between the 2 generators. And those generators cannot run without that coolant. Let's go back to the single generator in operation. If for any reason that generator starts to struggle, let's say there's a fuel issue or something like that, if that generator cuts out, then you're going to have a blackout. Now in those situations, you have a few redundant systems on board. So you'll have UPS battery set, which will bring on emergency lighting immediately. That will automatically switch on. So all the other lights will go out, emergency lights will come on. Then an emergency generator will start automatically again. That will take over what the batteries are doing, because the batteries have only got a lifespan of, let's say, 30 minutes, 40 minutes. So the emergency generator will now start to power the emergency things. The engineers will scramble, they'll get one of the other generators up online, and then they switch back over manually and they're back in business, and that's the way it works. Now if you don't restore power, or for any reason the emergency generator doesn't come on, then everything's going to go dark, and then the ship's going to go completely dead. You take this vessel behind me here and you take it into a dry dock scenario. Now what happens? Now you can't use those generators because they've got no coolant. And in a dry dock situation, you wouldn't want to run on generators, so you would be connected to shore power. But now you're at the mercy of the shipyard. So if they have a power outage, then you're going to go dead ship. And now your batteries will still work, but if you go past that point, you're going to lose power and you can't bring on any emergency generators. There are instances when in dry dock they want to work on the generators and they want to be able to run them, so they can connect a series of pipes to the vessel that allows water to flow. But that needs power from the shipyard. So if there's a blackout in the shipyard, then that system doesn't work. So you can't start your emergency generators again, or any generators. You get into this situation, and this is based on events that have happened to me in the past, where you are completely dead ship and you have no way to restore power, and you're completely at the mercy of the shipyard. So if you're down at the marina and you see, you might see this here, and you might wonder what that is. This is actually an evacuation plan. So this is all has to be put out here by law on a commercial vessel. I don't know whether you can hear this, I don't know whether the microphone is carrying over, but the generator is running on this boat. So they're not hooked up to the shore power for whatever reason, and they're running a generator, and you can still hear it, which is because it's a relatively small boat. Usually they're so far down in the depths of the vessel you can't hear any noise outside, but this boat is docked, but it's still running the generator for power for the vessel. Alright, so after my last video, I mentioned the first yacht I worked on that was also named Sunrise. I had a lot of people asking me, what happened to that yacht? Don't be cryptic, what happened to that yacht? Why is it no longer a yacht? Did it sink? Okay, so I thought about it and I thought, well, as it's no longer a yacht, I suppose I can tell the story. So effectively, the yacht that I worked on, the first yacht I worked on, was actually an old cruise ship. So it was called the Hebridean Spirit, and it was owned by Hebridean Cruise Lines, I think they were called, in the Scottish cruise line. And it was bought by somebody who decided to turn it into a yacht, and he had a very large extended family, and he wanted to have enough space to be able to bring all his family and his aides and his servants and what have you. I said servants as a joke, by the way. So he bought this cruise ship and he started to proceed to turn it into a yacht, and it was brought here and it had work done in the shipyard, etc. And I was based here on said vessel. After a period of about a year, the owner decided that he didn't want to continue with the conversion, and he put the yacht slash cruise ship up for sale, and eventually it was sold. It was bought by a company that is a cruise ship company, and that's why it's no longer a yacht. There was no sinking. Yeah, and the vessel, you can look it up online. The vessel is still in service, but it's a cruise ship again, where it belongs. I'm going to finish this video here. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to like it, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll catch up with you soon. All right, guys, bye. On a side note, it was very spooky to be on a cruise ship that had no passengers on it. It still had the reception desk and the bars and all the seating, and it was all still set up inside. All the public areas were like a cruise ship, and yet there was nobody on it. It was very strange. So yeah, I'm glad it went back into service as a cruise ship, because that's where it belonged. All right, that's the end of that story.